Tomas, how to deal with the culture of being busy when there is no time to stop and reflect and people do not want to experiment. This sounds pretty tricky, Todd.
Yeah, the culture of busy. So in evidence-based management, under ability to innovate, there's something that you can look at that has to deal with context switching, right? And we talk about this quite a bit. Brian, I think we did a video on context switching and the cost of just being busy. So here's what we often find is that people are assigned to multiple things just to keep everybody busy, and therefore they can't really do any of those well. So I think when there's no time to stop and reflect, you have to make the time to, and if it is a culture of busy and you don't have let's say the opportunity in that space given to you, you have to make it to prove the point that you need it, right? You can't just go up and say, it seems like all we're doing is being busy all the time. I don't think that anybody's going to find that a good answer. But if you go back and you say, maybe you get access to the system that shows where people were spread out, because you got to, in most organizations, you've got to identify where you're working and why you're working and where you're working. And I think that really helps you paint a case to show how many people are working on how many different things. The proof is in the data if you can get it. And then furthermore, taking that and showing some of the studies. Ryan, you oftentimes do a thing about who was that?
Jerry Weinberg.
Jerry Weinberg, yeah, I was right. And where he came up with some of the studies about context switching. I think it's having a conversation about it and doing a little bit of due diligence to prove it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think in the culture of busyness, to Todd's point, I think we make the busyness transparent. I think we start measuring the impacts of that busyness. We, like Todd said, we talk about context switching quite a bit, and we try to monetize that. We try to show that not only is it just disruptive to people, but it's costly. And something that we do in our product owner and Scrum Master courses is we actually walk through monetizing these EBM metrics and showing that as a Scrum Master, we can demonstrate that, yeah, maybe it's for a team of 10, maybe it's $1 million cost to not let a team focus. And we dive into that discussion and we start getting the attention of people. So Tomas, I think the big idea here is that we really want to talk in terms of things that are important to the people who are seemingly uninterested in this problem and show them that they get a true benefit by addressing the busyness. I also think there was a chart that popped up and I saw it come through on social media yesterday and I wish I would have saved it. But there's actually at the 60 or 70% utilized point is the greatest economic return on a team. And there was some new data, some new information, but 100% utilization in a culture of busyness is actually a loss, typically in productivity and revenue. And so I think digging up those studies and starting to socialize those ideas could be really valuable as well.
Yeah.
Great question.